and gentlemen, good evening. This is your favorite show, Education Exchange. We are getting higher and higher now in rating, and we are actually going viral now on YouTube. Some of our episodes are watched by millions of people in cyberspace. So this is a special night. And one of our audience sent me an email yesterday saying, Hani, every time you introduce a school, you say this is a special night. Well, this is an ultra special night because tonight I'm meeting with an old friend of mine, young but old in friendship, and that's Mike O'Leary, the principal of Herbert Hoover Elementary School.
Thank you.
And we have on his right side Mr. Charlie Maxwell, and his left side is Julianne Maxwell. And both are, well, Charlie is in the school right now, and Julianne graduated 2 years ago. And Mike is proud to present them tonight. But before I introduce them, or introduce you officially, I have to say that if I were to go back some years ago, I would not say how many, I would say that you are one of the reasons that I joined the education team proudly, and you have given me the chance to really do the best thing that I've done in my whole life, because I retired from medicine as a transplant surgeon, and I didn't know really what I should do, and my wife's stepmother knew very well Mike O'Leary. She gave him a call and she said, well, Hani is looking for something, to do. And he's an artist. And I thought Mike was an artist because he was the head of the art department, the coordinator of the art department at the time, in addition to being the principal of Coralville Central. And he said this, he said, let him come see me. And I came. He said, why don't you just go take a couple of courses, get license, join the education? And I did. I was pretty, I say, older, much older than my other classmates, but I had to go back, the professor of surgery, and sit and become a student in education. So thank you for this, because without you, I wouldn't have been here now.
Yeah. I remember that.
Mike, tell us, before you tell us about Hoover, I want you to look at the audience and give them something about the legacy of Mike O'Leary.
Well, actually, my education started at Hoover Elementary, Hani. It's very unique. My parents decided to move into Iowa City in the late 50s. And our home happened to be 4.5 blocks away from Hoover Elementary. So I recall Hoover in my 3rd through 6th grade years, and it's changed some, but certain parts of it are still unique and still special in terms of the way the school is. So I never dreamt as a student that I would ever get the opportunity to be the principal, but this opportunity came up late this winter, when the current principal could not finish the year, and good friend John Saylor came in and took over for a short time, and then I had the opportunity to start right after the new year at Hoover, and I will continue in that capacity to the end of this year. And at that time, they'll select a new principal. And so it's been a lot of fun to walk the halls again and be in the classrooms that I was as a student, as a child.
Your achievements in education, as a matter of fact, spans a lot of schools in this.
Right. Yeah, I was a teacher for 12 years, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I taught many different grades. Beyond that, I decided to get into administration, and I worked in 3 other districts as an elementary principal, but had the opportunity to return to Iowa City, which I did. And I was at Coralville Central for a short time, and after completing that assignment, I retired in '08, and then I had an opportunity to come back and be a principal at Hills Elementary last year when they had an opening late in the year, and then this opportunity came up again. So I'm really enjoying this this chance to come to Hoover and be a part of the school community.
For me, you are the ultimate educator.
Yeah.
And
thank
you could not get away from the classroom.
No. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Hoover.
Now,
Hoover's vision is success for all, and that's really true. It's something you see every day throughout the hallways with the faculty and the staff. They're very dedicated. In addition to all of the teachers at the various grade levels, the very important person at the helm is Shelley Maxwell, the secretary. Hoover's enrollment is at 365. This year they have straight grades. Some years they've had multi-age grouping, but this year they have straight grades, pre-kindergarten through 6th grade. The pre-kindergarten, preschool, is 3 to 5-year-olds, and that opens at 7 in the morning and goes as late as 5:30 at night. The school offers all of the same coursework that other schools in Iowa City do in terms of language arts, math, science, social studies, ELP, band, orchestra, art, library, technology, guidance, reading recovery. In addition to that, they have the same hot lunch program. This week, they just opened a breakfast program for the students. Some things that are a little bit more unique to Hoover would be their foreign language clubs, which meet in the morning a couple times a week, and they offer several different foreign languages.
Which
are French, German, and Spanish.
Okay.
And in addition to that, the school has the opportunity to have some special education classrooms, 2 modified classrooms with excellent teachers and 2 full-time resource teachers who also provide to that level 2 and 3 population of students that are really fully integrated as much as possible throughout the school community. And so it makes it a wonderful learning community for everybody. The students at Hoover go on to Southeast Junior High and then City High. And the school also has a very active before and after school program that opens at 7 o'clock in the morning and serves students after school until 5:30 at night. And it's run by a nonprofit board of parents.
One of the creators of this program was John Karhoff, who's our father, as you know here.
Sure.
He's younger than me, but we call him father because the idea was his.
Yeah.
Is Mike Peterson. And Mike Peterson worked with you as a teacher, right?
Sure.
And
yes.
he has a great memory about working with you.
Thank you.
So tell me about your relation with your staff.
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity. Although I didn't start the school year with them, they've been very receptive to having another principal mid-year. Hoover Elementary is a large building with the 365 students. It's built, actually, the main part of the building built in 1954, so about the same time as Mark Twain Elementary, in honor of former President Herbert Hoover. Also has an addition on it with an outstanding library, and then on the hillside, 6 classrooms. And so it has a lot to offer in terms of not only a facility, but also a unique floor plan to meet the needs of the student, and then yet allow enough space for a wonderful playground. And students use that throughout the course of the day.
I know Marilyn, I think, was working there, and she was a librarian for many years, and she had the best memory to say about that, you know.
Yeah, Dolores Madden's there now, and she's done an outstanding job with meeting the needs of the community, both not only with literature but also technology. So I've talked enough now. Let's
get to before the man. Let us go to the young lady first, because we
Sure.
So you tell me your story and the story of your education at Hoover, and what do you remember about the good things?
Well, I started going to Hoover in kindergarten. I went until 6th grade, and we always had lots of fun trips that we went on and stuff, and the teachers were always really nice, and even though there were lots of kids, you always felt important in the class. And a trip that we went on in 6th grade that was fun was School of the Wild, and it's basically like you go out to the woods for a week and you get to learn about nature and stuff, so that was fun.
So you learn science and geology and all that. You collect samples and watch plants and flowers and maybe wild animals and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Charlie.
Well, I started at kindergarten and and now I'm in 6th grade, so it's my last year there. But it's really fun, and all the teachers are really great, caring about all the students. And a good memory that I had was when we got to use crawfish for science. It was really fun to experiment with the crawfish.
Okay.
So what are you going to miss the most there?
I'll probably miss all the teachers.
So we are back to you, Mike.
Okay.
And I saw you brought a
Yeah.
nice trophy, and
This is-
I've been just curious.
Yeah, this trophy here is unique. It's given to the school that has the most participants in the annual Run for the Schools program in the fall. And one thing that's kind of unique about this trophy is, as I look at the names of the elementary schools that have been featured for the most number of participants, I only see one name. And that's Hoover Elementary,
Only.
each and every year. And a lot of that goes to not only Leslie DePringer, the present PE teacher, but also many other past PE teachers in the district who taught full-time at Hoover and built this very strong sense of community and love for running. And so they've had running clubs and activities that help to promote personal fitness. And each fall, it's not very hard at all to get many participants from the Hoover community in this race, this annual race. And so they've received the trophy every single year. Now, I don't know, maybe at some point, 5-10 years from now, somebody will break the string of that. But for right now, that's one of their legacies.
And parents are really so much involved with the school activity at Hoover.
Very.
That's remarkable in this particular school. I know there are many schools
Yes.
they are,
Yeah.
but I would say 99% of the parents are involved somehow.
Yeah, sure.
And you have a PTA. What's the difference between PTA
Hani.
and PTO? I want you to explain to the audience, our audience, what's the difference?
Yeah, when I started in January, I had the opportunity to go to their monthly meeting, the second Thursday in the month, and I was very impressed with this PTA. In the community, there are 19 elementary schools, and I believe there's 4 of them that have PTAs. The rest have PTOs. The difference is a PTA, you belong to the national organization and collect dues and are chartered by that organization.
It's a difference between organization and association.
Right. And then everybody, of course, belongs to the DPO, the district parent organization.
Okay.
But this PTA, very easily had a 2-hour meeting the first time I met with them. And they have all these different committees and activities and things planned to help enrich the school. If I go just through a few of them, they had a wonderful family enrichment night that promoted science for 2 hours one evening here recently. They support the book fair, the kindergarten registration, the kindergarten roundup. They'll help with the new Hoover Carnival, sponsored by Student Council. Later this spring, they'll put on, with the assistance of the school, a talent show and family supper. They sponsor a Teacher Appreciation Week, a bike rodeo, book fair, and most recently they're starting a Hoover Garden for all grades at the school. So there's lots and lots of involvement, a lot of parent support that, as I said, helps to enrich the school.
It came to my mind that you had always this kind of permanent volunteer since you started in Coralville Central, and that was Ms. Molly.
Right.
And I
Sure.
knew that Ms. Molly is not now at Hoover, but she's going to visit soon?
She's going to join the staff, I believe. Molly would be
Who is Molly?
Molly is a 10-year-old Brittany Spaniel.
Okay.
She did start at Corval Central many years ago as a puppy, and she came to school for one day as a visit, and
She loved it.
She loved it, and so did the staff, and she helped in many ways. Although she's not an official trained therapy dog, she did spend 5 years at Central, and then more recently a year at Hills, and now through parent surveys, which I just received this past week. We sent out letters to make sure that there aren't any allergies or issues with having a dog at school. I've had an overwhelming number of letters of support for this, and so she'll come a couple of days a week. Molly's a little older now, and there will be children who can walk her at recess time or come to the office and read to her and that, but she probably won't come every day.
Maybe it's time for her to get a life achievement award now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm ready to talk to Steve Murley about,
Yeah.
at the end of the year, maybe we can get her a medal or something.
Well, some of the other schools have recognized her,
I mean,
her efforts and put her in the yearbook, and she has her own staff ID badge and that, so she has some notoriety to it. She loves to come to school.
She will be a pioneer, volunteer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I bet that's
Sure.
amazing, Do you expect Charlie to welcome her to school?
Charlie could. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on what's on his menu for recess that day, but he could take her around the playground, do some laps with her. Yeah.
Of course, as you know, of course, that although I'm a scientist, but I studied art and I got my
Sure.
MFA and all that. So the art program now, you have Serena,
Right.
and Serena used to be my student teacher.
Correct.
And she's a very talented art teacher.
Right.
So what is going on in the art at Hoover?
Oh,
now?
wonderful things. The art room is just so colorful. Like their T-shirts here, there are so many different things on display. More recently, the students completed some projects with wire.
This is a product of the.
Well, no,
Oh.
these would be from the PTA. These are their shirts, not from the art room.
Okay.
But it kind of represents the color and,
Right.
and the variety that you see within the art room, the environment that she creates. They have just completed some sculptures using wire under a circus theme. Right now, the children are researching mummies, and they've made drawings. And more recently, they're now making paper mummies, and they have many different types of works of art on display. As you know, there's been several art shows in the community. The Candace Carmichael one in January in her honor, and there was Hoover art there. In addition to that, the bank Midwest one, I believe it is Midwest one. They had a fine arts night this last Friday, and they featured student artwork from all over the community. They put together a wonderful calendar and have student artwork on display throughout downtown Iowa City. There'll be other shows that will occur at the board office and that this spring. But Serena does an excellent job in teaching her art to not only the general population, but also to our special needs population too.
Now that you mentioned Candace Carmichael, you brought a lot of memories and reminiscence to my head. And she was a remarkable, legendary art teacher, as a matter of fact.
Right.
And we lost her maybe 2 years ago.
Right.
Less than
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Sure.
Because of cancer. And do you have any memories working?
You know,
with
I never
Candace?
had the chance to work directly
Yeah.
with her. You mentioned earlier me being the art coordinator.
Right.
And that was a job that was given to me by the district superintendent when they had budget cuts. And I didn't know really anything about art, but the art teachers taught me a lot. Dr. Art, Gwen Leslie, just lots and lots of people that do a tremendous job in the community, and for that, just like band and orchestra and foreign language and all the others, they help to really round the education for students and provide them with many different experiences.
So now let us move to Charlie again.
Sure.
Charlie, tell me about the future. What are you going to do when you grow up?
I want to be a vet, I think, because I really like working with animals.
Great.
We're looking forward to your. We'll see what Molly is going to tell me, because
Yeah.
I would probably host her and I will ask her about all that.
Okay.
Okay, Julianne.
I think I'd want to be a doctor because it seems like it would be a challenging job.
And you are good at science now? If you want to ask Mr. O'Leary a question, what this question would be? We have a couple more minutes, so let us see how you're going to run this. What did I miss that you would like to know?
What was your favorite subject when you went to Hoover?
Oh, that's really good.
That's tough.
I would say it would have to be science. I really love science and all the things that came with that.
I know that you're interested in art too.
Sure.
So that's they are really complementary,
Right.
no doubt about that. Charlie, if you have to ask Mr. O'Leary a question, what would be the question? Okay, until you reach the question, I want to ask you about what do you do for fun? What kind of hobbies do you have?
I really like to play basketball, and I play soccer in the fall. So
In the school or?
the basketball was from Hoover. It was a lot of kids from Hoover that did it, and then soccer is a different league from school. So
Mike, it's your
Sure.
turn now.
Okay.
And we don't, because we have beards and
Sure.
we grow older,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that we stop looking to the future, up to the future,
Right.
and plan for the future.
Right.
What would you like to do?
You know, Hani, I'm not sure yet. I do like to garden, so I have some gardens at home, and I grow plants. In fact, I already started some of my plants, even though it's around the 1st of March, and that. So I look forward to being out in the garden this spring. I grow a lot of things, and then I turn around and give it away to friends and that. So I have a little circuit I follow throughout Iowa City, and I drop off tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and things like that. So I'll probably be gardening. Now that I live in the country, I have a prairie, and I have a lot of work to do on that and establishing different kinds of plants. I have a tree nursery. I'm planning on growing some trees from seed out at my place, and so there'll be lots of things to do out in the countryside.
It's by Iowa City?
It's
or-
between Riverside and Kelowna,
Oh,
so I'm pretty close to the Amish community in that.
and fertile, very fertile soil.
Yeah.
It's,
It's good soil,
yeah,
good opportunities to grow things.
and you enjoy it.
Yeah, I do.
Well, as a matter of fact, this has been a delight meeting the three of you. And if you would like to say anything to the audience, you have a couple minutes. And Alex,
Sure.
our floor director here, can
Sure.
fix the camera. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I know there's one thing unique about Hoover in that there's a lot of people that call Mrs. Maxwell and ask if they can register their child for school, but there's only so much room. And so there's been people the last couple months already calling her to register their preschooler a year or two from now,
Oh, that's
and kindergartners a year or two from now. And again, you know, I mean, I'm sure this is true with many of the other schools also, but I just astounded at the number of calls and requests for people to have their child signed up for Hoover Elementary.
This wonderful episode of Education Exchange will be aired on Channel 18,
Mhm.
which is public access TV, Saturdays, usually at 1:30,
Okay.
and Mondays after dinner, 7 o'clock during dinner. You can turn your TV on, you will find us, Channel 18. And of course on the education channel, Channel 21, if you have cable. Do you have cable? So Channel 21, and you have to look at the scheduling, and they have certain dates they air it, and I expect it to be maybe 10, 15 times you will be aired there. And we are on YouTube tomorrow evening. So you can share with your friends and show them what you did today.
Great.
And we, on behalf of John Kerhoff and Mike Peterson, Emily Ashenfelder was there too, and Alex, I thank you very much and express my personal gratitude for the short notice. I know that you took over from another principal, and the principal took another, took over from a third one.
We did.
And you kind of were surprised that you had to prepare so quickly for a production tonight. So for this, we are grateful, and we thank you very much. And we thank our audience for their attention, and we thank the audience in the studio who are not on the camera now or on the air now.
But they're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a very good night, and thank you very, very much.